What is up, guys? My name is Playrough Slurpuff. I also go by Dustin, and today I am making a video on a theory I came up with myself. Now, this has been circulating around. I have seen it in rumors. I have seen it in leaks, or whatever you want to call them. I don't typically cover rumors, and I don't ever cover leaks. However, I have made videos on my old channel in the past talking about what Pokemon could be doing and what could be possibly happening in future games and things like Pokemon Go. So ever since the release of Sword and Shield, there was something in the trailer that really caught my eye that made me think, could we be having a post-game that takes us back to Kalos? I know this is absurd, but I have some irrefutable proof, guys, that this is happening. And this is the proof. These are facts, and you guys need to live with it. But in all seriousness, let's go ahead and talk about what I have here. Now, anybody remember this episode where Ash and Sawyer are comparing badges with each other? And we see these 3 extra badges, and you're like, well, those definitely aren't Kalos badges. And where did he get those from? You know, what has he been doing? Is there more to Kalos? That's what everybody was saying, more to Kalos. So you can see that these are the Kalos badges, so those aren't. And if you look at every other badge, you can kind of see that, wait, those aren't in Kanto, those aren't in Johto, no Hoenn, no Sinnoh, no Unova, no Kalos, and definitely no Orange Island. And since it's been like 3 years since we've had Sun and Moon now, it's definitely not Sun and Moon, seeing how we got Trials in there. So the question is, where did he get those badges from? Now, when I saw this trailer and I saw that right there, I was like, well, that's a gym, and that's the badge of that gym. And it reminded me of the art style of what we originally saw. I don't know why, but you can kind of tell similarities between art sometimes. Now, a lot of people will say, well, they do this a lot in the anime with the badges, but I'm going to debunk that here in a second. So, I wanted to find the fire type gym, see if I could locate it on this map. As soon as we got the Galarian map, or whatever, the Galar map, however you want to pronounce it, I saw this steampunk area, and I even saw somebody post this on Twitter, and I was like, that definitely reminds me of a fire type gym. That tower right there, you see all the smoke coming out of these towers, and I could easily see like a coal miner or some industrial worker fire type gym leader there. Next, I wanted to find the water type gym leader. And I have to say, this was the easiest one to find because on the map, it was just like, boom, right there. So you can kind of see like it's on this docks, it's next to a lighthouse, and it's on the ocean. And if you look really closely, it's kind of hard to tell, but you can kind of make out a bubble almost on there. And then the last one I saw was this winged dragon kind of type badge. One thing I do know is that there's a blue orb and a red orb on the fire one, which remind me of Sword and Shield. So I was thinking if that's a dragon badge, it may be this gym right here. It could easily be this gym. If it's not a dragon badge and it's a flying badge or an ice badge or anything, it could easily be this gym. Either or, I wanted to find a location for each one of these badges. Now, a lot of people will say, well, these badges are just to give some backstory. Like Sawyer, he's been gone, he's been on a trip, he got it, you know, it's happened to Gary, he had extra badges. But I truly don't believe that. Sawyer had to travel somewhere, and he had to travel somewhere fast and close by to get those badges. And so my question is, where did he go to get those badges, and why did they show us in the X, Y, and Z, or it might have been X and Y anime, why did they show us these badges if they weren't Sun and Moon? So if you kind of see, this is a rendition of someone who of the map connected to Kalos, the Galar and Kalos region connected. I saw it on Twitter, and I definitely thought, wow, this actually does line up quite well. Like you can kind of see the mountains and the forest and even the streams kind of line up with each other very well. So I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on it, and you can kind of see like the only thing that kind of made me feel like, oh, this can't be right, was the snowy mountains that are in Kalos. But you can kind of see at the back of those come to an inn, and it comes to a wooded area. Now, if you don't know, Kalos is based on the lower half of the UK where London is, and it kind of represents this part right here. So I'll kind of show you so I can give you some comparison of what I'm talking about here. Now, here's the UK region, and at the bottom, that would be Kalos, and the top, that would be the Galar region. And so to kind of give you more perspective, I'll show you side by side. So you see right there, it's Kalos. And then you can kind of see where it would connect. Now, there could easily be like a forest between it or a mountain ridge between it. It doesn't have to be necessarily side to side right there. But that makes a lot of sense. If Sawyer were to go to the Galar region and get those 3 badges and then just come back to the Kalos region, that would have made a lot of sense. It's easily doable. If anybody remembers, if you go to Coraway Town on Kalos, there was that train station that just goes inside a tunnel. And I'll show you that here in a second. But it goes inside a tunnel. And where does it go? Nobody knows. It just, you couldn't ride it, you couldn't take it anywhere. It was just a train station that went in the mountain. And see, right there it is. So it's the Corway town. You kind of see that train station. It goes into the mountain. And then where does it go? I don't know, but if you can see on the Galar map, there is plenty of train stations anywhere. So you even kind of see the one next to that, like, one coming out of the mountain right there next to the, like, lakes and stuff like that go into a mountain. Like, what if those connected it, you know? And so here's what really caught my eye in the trailer. Is you saw that first screenshot of X and Y where you kind of sat in that cave with all those gems. Well, this was something they showed off in the trailer, and they easily could have just shown this off to just show how pretty these games are. But I really got a real big vibe from X and Y when I saw this, with that cart sitting right there and the jewels sitting on the, like, the walls and stuff. Like, maybe it was a hint. Game Freak is known to do stuff like this, you know? And then the last thing that I kind of reminds me of these being so similar is the fact that AZ was a king who lived 3,000 years ago, who was in a war with a neighboring country, you know? And then we're getting we had X and Y, and now we had Sword and Shield, both red, both blue logos. And now, like, it kind of fits having a war between two kingdoms, especially when you're thinking of Sword and Shield. And so those are kind of the evidence that I put together. I kind of want to go ahead and talk about why. Why would they do this? Why would Game Freak redesign Kalos and put it in a post-game in Galar? Because that means they would have to spend time on taking Kalos and putting it in HD and making it just some crazy looking world. And it would be, don't get me wrong, it would be completely amazing to see this. I would absolutely love this if Game Freak did this. But what would be the point? What would be the point of taking us back to X and Y, or taking us back to Kalos? Well, it could easily be for a post-game, like, you could easily go back there and collect all the Mega Stones. That could be why they take us back. It could be another story, kind of like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where you had the Delta episode at the end. It could be a story, you know, surrounding Zygarde. I don't think it would have anything to do with Lysander, because we've already defeated Lysander, and even Lysander was defeated in the anime. So I don't think it would have anything to do with Lysander, but I feel like post-game you could take a train to Corway, and there could be a post-game kind of centered around finding Megastones, or maybe around Zygarde and collecting Z-Cells, even though we already did that in Sun and Moon. I don't know. Do I believe they would do this, though? It's far-fetched. It's far-fetched, but Game Freak has been known to do this in the past, with Generation 2 being able to travel back to Kanto. So would they do it? I'm not sure. Could they do it? Definitely. Would I like them to do it? Heck yeah, I think that'd be amazing to return back to Kalos and do horde battles and Shiny Hut using the Poke Radar and getting Mega Stones and seeing that region in HD on a Switch, or, you know, just reliving it. Even if it was just only parts of Kalos that was available post-game, I still feel that would be an amazing thing to add into the game. But anyways, guys, I've ranted enough. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. I will be posting a couple more videos this week, because there are a couple more things I want to talk about regarding these new games, and I think the next one you guys are definitely going to enjoy. I'm not the type of YouTuber who will go over every rumor and leak video. If I go over a rumor, it's typically one that a lot of people are like posting on their channels, and it's to debunk them, because I tend to have a lot of knowledge when it comes to fake rumors and being able to debunk them pretty easily. And I think you guys will enjoy my next video, because it's surrounding the new EV evolutions and my thoughts and what we could be expecting there. Anyways, guys, I will see you next time. Peace.